Hey guys, Nikki here, and I want to talk about utilizing art in the classroom to promote cultural awareness. So, we learned how culture is like an iceberg, and that 9/10 of culture is below the surface of the iceberg. So in classes, we normally focus on food, clothing, visual arts, crafts, things like that. But there are other aspects of culture that are deeper and further down below this water level on the iceberg. Like unspoken rules, unconscious rules, attitudes towards elders, eye contact. And I think that these are really important to focus on in school as well if we want to promote a global classroom and a culturally aware classroom. But how can we do this? How can we promote all these things in the classroom across content areas and focusing on all sorts of subjects? Well, it's definitely possible with all the content areas, and I think one of the best ways to do this, which is something I'm super passionate about, and I'm sure you guys are going to be able to guess what I'm about to say, but I think we could create a global classroom through art. And perhaps this is just coming from my head, but these are some examples of how to do this. So, let's say you're a science teacher and you don't know how to promote art or bring art into the classroom, but when it's really important to remember that a lot of art has its basis in science. Mixing paints, that's chemistry. And people like Vermeer, Da Vinci, and Adams, they all used science in creating their artwork. Vermeer created a machine that was the precursor to the camera, and a lot of Da Vinci's blueprints were actually future works that became machines. He had blueprints for the helicopter. And what about math? This might be hard, but I think it's totally possible. Ancient architecture and atmospheric and one-point perspective all have a basis in mathematics. And it's very easy to use all of these things in geometry. You could use the pyramids or the Parthenon in Greece. And what about history? History is easy to me. History tells a story, which art does as well. There are countless renderings of historical events that have been transferred into art. Use the works of David and Delacroix and works like the Bayeux Tapestry, which tells the story of the Battle of Hastings from 1066, and Sioux war paintings in conjunction with your content. And then there's English, which in my mind has the strongest connection, as literature has been the source of art for ages. There are red and black vase paintings from archaic Greece showing the adventures of Achilles, Ajax, and Odysseus. There's the Pre-Raphaelites, who were inspired by the same stuff as the Romantics, works from the Harlem Renaissance that you could use when exploring the poetry of Langston Hughes. And say you're learning Beowulf and you want to look at the Sutton Hoo burial ship. As you can see, there are many ways to bring art into the classroom while also focusing on your content area, and it'll help expand the minds of students and access that deep culture, looking at the unspoken rules of societies, exploring customs, and discover the overarching human consciousness present in different cultures at different times.